grimy going through coins. I'll spend at least half hour or so going through coins. See how the screen picks up the coin cam. Let's do some nickels, just to start with. I have a ton of nickels here. See if that looks like a 1951. Pull that back a little bit. Definitely 1951. Pull up our nickels. Not old enough to really be a key date. Well, 1951S is actually a key date. It is. 1951S is a key date. And that would be a D. '62 is definitely not going to be a key date of anything. '56, not going to be a key date. '55. We're looking for a no mint mark, and I can already see it's a D. '59. I'm not sure if any of these are going to have essentially any errors to look for. $1952. And that is a 1952 no mint mark. So that doesn't make a key date. 1958. 1958 no mint mark, but I can see a mint mark. The D. I'll get through these for sure. This one doesn't look that old. 1951 S. S or D, actually. Oh, there's an S. Below 10 million. So that's a key date. And that's actually not in that bad a shape. I mean, we don't have any steps. Definitely is no steps on the Monticello anymore. It has seen its fair share of pockets, but it is a key date. Below 10 million. $1960. Not really going to be anything we're going to worry about there, unless I look for mint errors later. 1954. $1963. This looks like a fairly new coin, actually. 1961. I don't know where all these nickels actually came from. One key date so far. 61. $52S is what we would be looking for in a key date. 52D. $53S. We're looking for a 53S. There it is. So 53S is a key date below 10. 53S is below 25 million minted. 53. We get an S. Nope. Straight 53. Not a key date. Not a key date. $52. Looking for an S in 52. See a mint mark. 52S. Below 25 million. $51. We could do an S, would be below 10 million. We can get an S. We're looking at below 10. The D is going to be below 25 million. There we go. There's an S. So another key date. 53 S would be below 25. It's a D. Stack of nickels here, actually. Get all the nickels out of here, and then we'll kill these nickels here. Be done with them, at least for tonight. I threw in there anyways. Ooh, knocking stuff around. I'm gonna raise this a little bit. There we go. That's a little better. $54. Really not looking for a key date in 54. $64 is not going to be a key date. $58. There is no mint mark. It would be below 25. It is a D. And 58. No mint mark. Looks like there's a mint mark on it. D. Where's my date here? 56. No real major chase there. I'm going to check something quick. These are a lot of 50s, so go back to 64, two new. 54. Nothing really in 54 that we're looking for. $59. Nothing in 59. $51. 51S would be below 10 million printed. $51, there's nothing there. $62. 64. 55. No mint mark is below 10 million. But that is a D. 57 really doesn't have a chase on that. All right. Handful of these wheat pennies. See if we can snag any key dates in the old wheat penny. All right, I'm going to do a handful of these. I got such a bag of these to go through. If I spend the next hour, maybe. That'll get us through some of it anyways. $1950. No real key date in that. Try to find some older ones. Wonder if these will all be 1957. These might be a bunch of... This could be a bag full of 50s. I don't know. We'll find out. 56D. $47. Is there anything in the 47 that we're looking for? Not particularly. That's a 47. S, too. In all reality, that might actually... It almost looks like... I wonder if 47S had a error at all. Because that almost looks like there's another mint mark there. I'll have to research that one a little bit. $50D. There's definitely some mint issue there from the looks of it. I don't know if that's actually a minting error or not. It kind of looks like it's in the coin. 44. Really, we're looking for like olders, like 30 into the 30s and stuff. At least for the low mintage stuff. 40. That's getting older. $54D. I am going to check something quick here. I just want to see. Oh, actually, I don't need this. Actually, I don't need that. '52. Hillbilly, how you doing, my man? 1952, no key date to look for there. 1955D. S is a under 50 million, but not D. $1957, 1951, $44. No 44s. There might be a minting error in 44, but I gotta look that up. Usually I'll do that offline sometime. I just want to get through finding the years of these coins. 1944, another 44. You're going to see a lot of coins on the channel there now. Hillbilly. Coins and cards, that's what it is. 1948. Is that a... no key date there. No doubling on it. Don't look like there's any doubling on the rest of it. So I got 2 bags of wheat pennies that I have to get through and essentially date them. And pull out any of the key dates, like the key collector dates. 57, I know that's too old. Here's a good looking one. Holy smokes, this one's for a 48. That's still a good looking penny. That's still got some redness to it. I'm gonna pull that one aside just because it's still, and this one's still looking good too. A 42 that's got some still good color to it. That might be look up a little bit closer. 1958. So essentially I'm started going through the coin collection that I inherited from my grandfather. A little bit of what you're going to see. You're going to see a lot of pennies. You're going to see a lot of lot of wheat pennies and stuff. But we're going to be going through a whole bunch of stuff. This might have a hard time focusing, but 1879. There's a pretty cool 1882. So, like I said, you're going to start seeing a lot of coin collecting on the channel. Nights of going through dates, and we're going to do it under the microscope. You know, so maybe we'll find some double die mint errors. And $44. I'm almost wondering if he would have pulled 1940. I'm almost wondering if he would have pulled like anything older than the 40s and 50s out of this bag. And they are probably in other containers in the safe. I mean, he might have missed something, but a lot of this bag is seeming like it's the 40s and 50s. 44D. It's 44? No. Most of the key dates for wheat pennies end up being below 1940. But obviously everything this old is collectible in my opinion. This stream later on after the fact, and watch when I opened them. 1958, 58, 56, 57, 57. If we hit a double die, it'll probably stand out pretty well. 51. I love this microscope too because amazingly, I'll throw one. So they talk about when you look for fake magic cards, you look in the green, and it's probably hard to see right here. So I'm probably not close enough, but this is like the green ball on the back of the magic card. And it's really, I'm probably not zoomed in enough to really look at it and like have it picked up, because I'd have to adjust the microscope a little bit. But there's supposed to be red dots in there, and there is on this one. It's just, I don't know if the camera's picking it up real well. But it's cool just to use the microscope, even to look at magic cards and see the printing detail on them. Essentially, it's meant for the coin hunting that I'm going to be doing on the channel now pretty consistently. 56D. Yeah, I almost wonder if he didn't. You know, I'm probably going to go in all that we were given, and the real old wheat pennies are probably going to be in their own container once I get to that point in the safe. Because it seems like the best I'm hitting are some of these early 40s. And he was enough of a collector to know to pull like the 19 teens or 1920s. But it's like everything does need to be gone through 1942. Another 42. So I'm guessing I'm going to run into the real old stuff probably in a different container that he had put everything in. Sometimes I can tell just by the coloring that it's in one of the older ones. $1945. Ooh, there's some double die on that. So if you look at that 4, so there's some double dyeing on that. What is that? 1945. There is no key for a double dye obverse on a 19. Not that I have. But if you look, try to use my pointer here. So if you look right there on the 4, and that little piece there that comes out on that 4, probably a double die, like it was hit twice. And that's what a lot of collectors look for. But they look for it like being real significant in, I don't know how well it shows up on screen, but I'm seeing like there possibly could be some on the bottom of that N. But it's not a 1945 is not a date that I have written down as like supposed to have a double die error found. So, but we'll move along. 46. A lot of times it's hard to tell too with just the fact, you know, all the what I call pocket wear. If a coin maybe had a double die. I mean, you can tell double die on new coins pretty well. I don't remember. I had a quarter here that I was actually saving, and I don't remember which one it was. Might have been this one that I thought I had a pretty good example of double dyeing. I don't think this was the one. Yeah, this don't look like the one I should have saved it elsewhere. Because now I'm just going to have to go through and find it again. I forget which quarter it was. Might have been this one. And I don't know if... Yeah, see how that L looks like it's double dyed? I think this might be a double dye error. I don't see it a whole lot in the date. I only really see it on the obverse, not on the reverse. Possibly a little bit in the C. See, to me, sometimes it's hard to tell if you're looking at a double die or if you're just looking at like the shadow that the raised area creates. That clears it up a little bit. See, I think it looks double die-ish to me, but I don't know if it is. $42. You got anything in the 42s? No. 56. 57D. 55S. If we find a 55S, then we got something worth probably putting in a holder. There's a 55D. Not the S we want. $19.40 on the older side. 46. I mean, I could probably just with my naked eye look at these, but I think it's kind of fun to do it this way. 49D. I'm really beginning to think he probably removed anything that was in the 1930s, 1920s, or 19-teens or earlier. I'm guessing he probably has in a different container that I just have not grabbed yet. 1942D. Grab another handful. We'll do another handful here. What am I on? Hour and a half. We'll do another half hour and see what we can. Anybody still hanging out with me, or is the room dead now? What we got here? 1941. Let's see if in the handful it looks like I grabbed anything old. 44. I mean, they're all old in reality, but I think he, like I said, I think he probably left this bag to being 1940s and older. Hillbilly's still hanging out. 56D. We're looking for... The only thing I really have on my list for the 50s is... On one of the lists I'm looking at is a 55. And I've got a sheet of... There's a lot in the... There's a couple in the 40s that are supposed to have double die errors. I'm not currently looking at that list as we're doing this, so I'll have to go back over and look at the 40s and see if I gotta take a close look. Like 46D. Let me look at my printed list. 46S is supposed to have a 46S is supposed to have an S over a D. But that is not the one we're looking for. $47, was that on my list? No 47. $46D. It's supposed to be an S over a D. $46S, you should be able to kind of, well, if you have the right coin, that is. But what you could find as an error is this, there'll be an S stamped over the top of this D. And then you've got one of the minting errors that error collectors look for. 52D. 5060. $40D. Let me look at my any 1955 might have a double down. See, a lot of times I'm working off of two different like chase lists, if that makes sense to anybody. 1940, no mint mark. 1944. I think 44. So 1944, if it was a D, we could actually weigh it, and it could weigh wrong. 1944s are supposed to return to copper. A steel penny will weigh 2.6 gram and a copper will weigh 3. But this definitely looks like it was returned to copper. $50. Because in 1943 is when they did the copper pennies. Or not the copper pennies, but they did the steel pennies in 1943 and 1943 only. And then in 1944 they were supposed to go back to the copper. And apparently you can find occasionally a 1944 that is still a steel penny. Didn't I just say something about a 1944? That D is in rough shape. So there's another 1944D, which essentially I should weigh that. See, I got my weight. I got my scale here. Let's do it quick. So if it's a copper, it's going to weigh 3.1. 3.15. So that is not, it's not an off weight. Probably should have weighed that other one that I've already thrown in the pile. I'll see it again, probably off stream at some point. 46. Just because I have not seen anything older than a 1940, I almost am positive that he sorted this bag to being nothing older than 40. And I'm going to find that elsewhere in the safe. 1942D, is there anything we need to look at? 1942D. Here's my penny info. Penny hits. I don't have anything. 42. Alright, probably another 20 minutes or so here. 2 hours, almost. Almost get us to 2 hours. Not a bad 2 hour hangout. 54. Not playing a commander game tonight, Hillbilly. 45. No mint mark. Nothing on the 45. 50-70 played earlier. 1940. So there's like the oldest coin that I've seen in, I don't know. I'd say I've probably gone through 50 of these pennies out of this bag, and it is not dropped below 40. So as I've said most of the evening here, I'm thinking he probably sorted these. I mean, these are still cool to have. Without a doubt, these are still cool to have. It's just, I think the real finds are going to show up on another stream. 40-70. $44. I thought I saw a 44. There was something about a 44 somewhere. At some point, I'm going to start memorizing this stuff and won't have to look at my sheet as much. 44D is the D over S print, so we need a mint mark on that to get us excited. 1941. I have a complete another bag too, that 58. Alright, I got 4 more on my desk here. 58D. Another 58D. That's a coincidence that probably won't happen again. Pick 2 up at the same exact. 42D. See, the problem with like coins, I'm learning that coins this old, because of the pocket wear, or what I'm calling pocket wear. It's the term, I don't know if I've made that up or not, but because of pocket wear, a lot of times I think some of the minting errors that you could maybe find get worn away. All right, one more. What's it going to be? We're going to be in the 40s? 1944D. That's where I think we were looking for that double mark 1944D. If you could see that D was stamped over an S, you'd have something for sure. That looks like a pretty clean D. So just to give you a sense, this is the bag of pennies right now that I'm going through. Looks like he gave this to my son in 2006. And I have a complete another bag of these. But just doing the 50 or 60 that I've done here, I think I know what these bags are going to be. They're probably not going to be any of the crazy hits. We'll do another little handful here, and then I will probably call it a night. Thanks for stopping in, Hillbilly. It says there was 3 people in here. I don't know who that would be. So it's counting myself, too. 51D. Wow. See, though, like that on the 8 there? Guess I'm not. I don't even have a coin magnifier on. Now that, I'd have to look in my book to see if 1958D ever had an error like that. Ever actually noted. Because I don't know off the top of my head. But that could just be, wear from it being a 1958. There is a 1958 double die offer, apparently, which means there would be double dyeing on this side. But I don't think if there was double dyeing, I don't think it's gonna show up on this coin. When I see a lot of that, I mark it up to like damage more so than like any type of true minting error from 1958. And sometimes I could be wrong. In fact, I would guess most of the time I'm probably wrong. And I've learned that, finding the true minting errors on coins this old is a lot harder than finding like a minting error on a 2009 or something that's fairly new that still has a lot of definition in the striking. 1940. There just tends to be so much pocket wear. And I haven't been involved in this whole looking for minting errors long enough to be real versed in it. I know some of them I'm looking for sure. Like the double dies will stand out if it's heavy. Or like a D over the S, or like anytime something's stamped over something. But I'm guessing I'm gonna miss a good chunk of things as I go through this collection. $56D. I have been just kind of looking at the dates when I first started this, but now I'm just spinning up to some of the lettering just to see if like something truly stands out. $52D. Boy, see, like the one on that. Let's take a different coin. You know, but I'm not good enough to say if that was a minting error or if that's just wear from a coin being from 1953. There's one of the older ones for sure. Definitely got pocket wear. The W's almost gone. Geez, it almost looks like that T was never there. I think it truly was, but I'll have to look up in the book if there's a significant 1941 error at all. So a 1941P is supposed to have a double die obverse, but this one's so war you're not going to see if there's a double die obverse or not. There, you still hanging out, Hillbilly? I'm about 10 minutes from rolling over to 2 hours, so I think I'm going to call it a stream. You missed the nickels. We did a bunch of nickels, and definitely hit some key dates in the nickels. Did the nickels earlier. I still got the microscope up. Let's go back. So hit a 1953. I think these were S's. I think we were looking for 1953 S's as big hits. So there's a 1953 S. I think we might have hit a couple 1953 S's tonight. 1951 S. It seems like S, 1952. It seems like S's are always kind of good ones to hit. I want to believe these 1950 S's are all under 10 million mintage, which is low in the grand scheme of minting runs. There's that 1947 S I set aside, and it's almost like, man, that looks like there's something there, you know, like, so like I'm gonna turn it this way. So it's probably my eyes just wanting it to be there, but I see an S upright that way, essentially like with a D kind of rotated. Like the D is actually, but like I said, it's probably me wanting things to be there, and that's the problem half the time with looking for these minting errors. Half the time you want it to be there, so it's like your eye makes it there, and then you have to have somebody that, you know, will confirm it for you or say, no, you're crazy. Let's see. 1947. I don't have anything on a sheet that says there's a 1947 error out there. Let me check one other thing here, because I didn't have my penny stuff up. Let's go to, yeah, see. I don't really have anything that says that it ever existed. It's definitely a 1947 S. There's no doubt there. It's just, is there something there in addition to it? Probably too worn for anybody to ever say. You know, if there was like real definite double die in some of the text, I think that would lead you to going, you know what? Maybe that was a D over an S or an S over a D or something like that. But I don't see anything on this Albers side that like collaborates that. So, and then I think you were here, Hillbilly, when I said we, you know, I mean, you can just see how nice this 1948 is compared to like when I put a different coin underneath, and it's not as coppery. So that's a nice 1948. And it still's got, this one still has real good definition and everything. I mean, here's a 1944 that's still got really good color and stuff. It's not dark like a lot of them are. It still has that copper shine to it a little bit. So, no big hits. I saved this coin. It's in my, just because I don't know what happened to this. This is straight up damage. I mean, somebody did this. This is a 19 who knows what quarter. It's literally both sides. I think this is maybe an example of a coin that went through some machinery or something and completely got just annihilated. Because like if I was to back it up, you can just barely see that it was a quarter at some point. So, things are going to start running out of power here shortly. Although I have the microscope charging. But I'm going to try to make my nightly streams like this, you know, especially on the nights of doing any type of coin searching and searching through the collection that we inherited. I'm going to try to make them 2-hour streams at the most. I mean, granted, I may sit here for another 2 hours off stream and stuff. But plus, after about an hour in my coin gloves, hands start to get kind of sweaty. So maybe tomorrow night, if I decide to jump on, like anybody who's been around here knows, I just kind of jump on when I care to jump on. I have no schedule. We'll do 2 more of those $5 saver packs of magic cards. And continue on some coins. Probably grab something else from the safe. Because I think the wheat penny bags are probably going to be no earlier than 1940. Because I think that's what he did. I think he made those bags 1940 and up. And I'm going to find the real cool stuff in smaller rolls.